Hey everyone, this is Spotolution, and today I'm going to be giving you a quick run through of my newly updated video game setup. I believe the last time that I kind of discussed this topic online was in January of 2013, so we're a little bit overdue for a new video. A couple changes from the last video is I've changed the lighting specifically for this video so then you can actually see what I'm talking about. I know the last time that we talked about this there was a bit of an issue with the colored lights that I normally have in here. I do still keep normal colored lights in the fan because I love them, but it makes it really hard to talk and show things. So kind of took the feedback on that one, and hopefully this will be a lot more clear. So, very similar to last time, we do have more or less the same layout. I've got all of my consoles kind of in front of the TV here. You know, I've got the PlayStation, the PS2, Super Nintendo, Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo 64, Sega Saturn, and GameCube all on the left here, along with my 3DS. And then on the right over here, we've got, you know, the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4. I've got my classic Nintendo, my Sega CD, Genesis, and 32X, and and my PlayStation 3 in the middle. You know, some of the new upgrades is the last time we talked, I had a pair of Astro A50s in here, and this time I've kind of, I don't want to say upgraded, but I've swapped over to the wireless Astro A40s for in this room, just because I wanted to have the A50s over by my computer, which I find myself using more and more. A couple new additions is obviously, since last time we talked, some more of the seasons of The Walking Dead have come out, so we've got all the collector's editions hanging out there, along with Game of Thrones, and of course Destiny, which I really haven't been playing that much. I don't know, I couldn't really get into it, which is sad because, you know, I bought the collector's edition, but whatever. You know, I bought a bookshelf to move all my games over. If you remember the last video, everything was kind of clustered over by the TV, and quite frankly, I was just running out of space. I had nowhere to store all of my games, so I've moved the majority of my gaming collection to this bookshelf here. Everything seems to fit for now, and hopefully I'll be getting a larger space soon, but you know, that's how it is. Up top, we've got some of my collectibles, my Retro Lancer, my Halo Reach figurine, and of course all my Final Fantasy action figures are hanging around here. Once again, video game wall art, more or less posters and standees that I've kind of collected over the past few years. Halo Wars, Halo 2, God of War, and of course my Halo 4 and Final Fantasy 13, you know, stand-ups. That's really the biggest update that's happened in this room, was more or less moving all of my games away from the other section, and that was mostly based on the room constraints. I just didn't have the room for it. Once again, anything that is playing, any of the consoles that I'm playing in this room can be played on either both TVs or on just one TV or the other. Kind of the point of that is so then if I have people over or whatever, you know, I don't necessarily have to watch my cousin Ryan play Tony Hawk, you know, instead I can play Earthbound while he's doing that, or, you know, vice versa, whatever. Once again, everything plays on either TV, with the exception of my PSX, which isn't really that big of a deal because I could just play it on the PlayStation 2 or my PS3 because I have the old 60 gig that actually has full emulation, and the Wii, which I hardly ever play anyway, so that's not really that big of an issue. You know, looking at my game collection, we didn't really go that in depth last time, but I have kind of collected quite a few box copies of, you know, games that I like to play. All of the N64 stuff I pretty much already owned, with the exception of the Ocarina of Time and Star Fox boxes. I just never had boxes for those. So that's pretty much it for this room. Now we move on to, you know, my bedroom, which is where I play up, you know, all of my PC games, and that's undergone some drastic changes. So when you walk in here immediately, the first thing that you'll notice if you watch my other video was that my desk space has been significantly increased. I've also moved my laptop over here, and the main reason for that is I like to stream things onto that large TV behind me, and I have an HDMI cable running across the room, which makes that possible. It's also really good, once again, for if I have people over, you know, my cousin can play StarCraft here while I play over there, or whatever. All of my Final Fantasy games are up top here. I've got a lot of them. Really only missing a box copy of Legend and Legend 3, which I just ordered on eBay, and Chocobo's Dungeon 2, along with Chocobo's Racing, and then other than that, I've pretty much collected all of them, including, you know, Japanese copies and more rare Game Boy Micro. The other big thing is I've upgraded my computer. The last time that we did a walkthrough of this, I was running a single 6870. I'm now running two 7970s along with an FX 830 using closed loop water cooler and 24 gigs of RAM. The computer absolutely flies. It's perfect. I've also upgraded my Logitech G510 Plus to a mechanical Razer Black Widow. I decided to go with blue because that's kind of where I want it to be. Well, I guess if you watch my other video, this isn't news to you, but once again, the main purpose of all the TVs is I love having access to all my games wherever I am. You know, obviously with the older systems that use corded controllers, this is a little bit more hard, but anything that uses HDMI nowadays has a wireless controller. So what I've done is I've run a series of HDMI splitters, and basically my PlayStation 4, my Xbox 360, my Xbox One, and my PlayStation 3, I can use all of them, you know, either on one of my monitors here, if I decide that I don't want a tri-screen, or up on the 52-inch plasma, which I don't do that often, but it is kind of nice to be able to have that option. And once again, Xbox One's Twitch application is, you know, pretty much built for this setup. It's perfect. You can watch Twitch while you're playing games on the computer, and it's not going to be a memory hog or really that big of a deal. I've also upgraded to a mechanical keyboard that I've modded the LED light in. This is a Black Widow Tournament Edition that I've gone ahead and changed the light from green to blue. Overall, you know, my cousins, we always, as kids, set up, you know, Jordan was red, Ryan was green, and I was blue. So that's kind of what I went for in this setup. As you can see, I've got lots of blue lighting going on all over the place, even behind the, well, I have my flash on, but it goes on behind the TV as well, which is, you know, kind of neat. And once again, with more colored lighting. You know, I also have my Final Fantasy 12 display from when I was working at Superstore. I'll turn the light on so you can actually see stuff again. And this is probably my favorite standee that I've collected over the years, even though I didn't really like 12 that much. You know, a coworker had put his name on it before. I'd gotten to work and actually, you know, ended up giving it to me, so that was just really nice of him because I know that he was a big fan as well. The closet mostly houses a whole bunch of boxes for collectibles and things like that. My dresser, obviously, because clothes. And then, you know, just miscellaneous video game parts. I've got a spare Nintendo parts here, spare Sega parts here. Got the keyboard for Typing of the Dead. And of course, video game literature, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. You know, we kind of covered that in the last video, but I just wanted to give an update on where I am with my build. I think it's pretty much done. There's not really much else that I can think about. Oh, by the way, I also bought a new chair. I love it. It's super comfortable. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that would really need upgrading other than maybe buying some more RAM or updating the motherboard on my computer. But, you know, not necessary. It still runs about as fast as I could want it to. That's pretty much it for my walkthrough tour. It's kind of quick, but I just wanted to provide a quick overview of kind of what I've put together. If you have any comments or suggestions or anything like that, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching.